Here is my mini toolkit, and as you can see, it's jam-packed with a whole lot of things, and there's even more than meets the eye going on in here. And I'm going to unpack the whole thing and talk about each of the items, why they are in this kit, and I'll also talk about if they had been substituted or if I plan on substituting them in the future, if I like the item, if I don't like the item, all of that kind of stuff. But first, I want to just talk about the size and the factor of this kit here. So it's in a Maxpedition micro pocket organizer. These are really popular, especially on YouTube, for people to build out little toolkits like this in. And that's how I got into it. I saw a video. I already had one of these organizers that I didn't use. I got it for a different purpose that I decided not to use it. And I had it laying around, and I saw this video on a channel called Me Zilch. It was called Micro Pocket Toolkit 100 Items for Car, Truck, Bag, Kitchen Drawer, etc. And I thought I'd give it a shot. And watching that video inspired me. He fit 100 items into this thing. And I wasn't aware of why these things were so hyped when I got it. I actually was a little disappointed with the pouch until I saw that video. And what I realized from that video was, one, there's two things going on. There's an art to packing these things. So Me Zilch, the person on that channel, is a master of configuring items, playing this Tetris with kits to making like all these things fit together nicely. He even has survival kits and Tic Tac containers, all that kind of stuff. So I picked up from him a little of this art to like packing these items together, because you can't get this many in if you don't put them in the right configuration. So definitely play around with the configuration. For example, I even have like the larger items in the back because the zipper doesn't need to be tugged as hard over there. I have this Sharpie marker. It goes in, so when I squeeze, I can also get the zipper around a little bit better, and then it can expand back out, and I can squeeze this way. There's a whole like way of coercing everything into this small kit. And you do that effort because this kit fits into your pocket. It's not comfortable, and it's not necessarily light, although it's not overly heavy. So I have a scale here. I think this thing weighs like less than 2 pounds. Let's see. So yeah, 882 grams, which is just less than 2 pounds. So it's not too heavy to put in your pocket, and it's worth the effort of carrying it if you're doing something like chores around the house, or planning on working on your bike, or riding your bike. And there's multi-tools for bike riding, but like if you're like, I keep mine in my backpack, and if I'm out and about and something breaks, I don't have to depend on someone else for a screwdriver or a wrench or a piece of tape or whatever you'll see that I unpack in here. I have my own, and I know the quality of each item, and I know how to use each item, so I'm less prone to breaking my stuff while I'm working. There's also just the factor of like, maybe there isn't anyone else, or there isn't that tool available. So there's that too. But for me, it's more having the tool. And I also use this at home. The thing I like about keeping it in my pocket when I'm doing chores is I'm much more inclined to do something if the tool is right there. There's no friction between me and the job, and it'll be a lot quicker. So if I'm walking around anyway and I already have a screwdriver and a cabinet's loose, I'm going to tighten that cabinet. Also, there's one other reason I like the small factor. If I'm working on like audio equipment underneath a desk, back in a corner, or I'm in a crawl space or an attic or somewhere that's hard to reach, if I'm working up on the ceiling and if I'm doing something like that, instead of just bringing my flashlight and a multi-tool, I could bring this whole thing, open it up just like this, wherever that spot is, and then I kind of have a home for everything, and I know I have a decent amount of tools. And that makes you finish things so much quicker, which makes doing these chores a lot less painful, and they don't get neglected then. So that's what I like about this kit. Just a little philosophy behind how I build it, one more little philosophy is I try to reach for my toolbox as little as possible. So if I'm doing something, I take this out first, and I try to use everything in here. And if I need to go to my toolbox, I take note of that, and I try to avoid doing that in the future by making room or a substitution in here for that that item. So this is where I've got to at this point. I'm sure there's things in here that you wouldn't use or things that you would need that aren't in here. That's the whole point of these kits. I just recommend this is a good start if you don't have one yet, or it's a good inspiration. Obviously, if you have one, it's fun to watch other people's kits and pick up the items that they have in there if they seem useful to you. So here we go. Let me unload mine. This is a pry bar. I like this pry bar because it's a lot of the other kits I've seen use the Craftsman pry bar that's about half the size of this. This one, I like it because I can get more power behind a pry. Super cheap. I think it was like $5 at Home Depot. It's the 5.5-inch version of this pry bar. It's called the Dasco Lil Bar. So that's that. Then I have a multi-tool. It's the Leatherman Wingman. This is a pretty popular multi-tool, one of the standard sort of basic multi-tools. The thing that's nice and differentiating about this versus other ones on the market in the similar price point, I think I got this for $40 at Home Depot, 30 or 40, are the spring action needle nose pliers, wire cutters. A lot of them don't have the spring, which is nice to have. I really, really like that spring. I don't really even actually use these. I use the file sometimes. I don't really use the hook tool or the bottle opener or the screwdrivers in here. I really just use the pliers and the scissors, which honestly aren't that good, but they're good enough to do small little things. And the locking knife is pretty nice. So yeah, that's the Leatherman Wingman. Then I have these Stanley vice grips. I got these also at Home Depot. These are such a good deal. They're like $4, and they're the 6-inch ones. They have a rubber stop. Vice grips are great. I use these all the time in the music studio because microphone and light stands tend to get over tightened, and it's almost impossible to tighten things off of loosen things without a vice grip. So I'm always grabbing these when I'm doing music stuff. Also always grabbing this mini Sharpie when I'm doing music stuff. These are sometimes you can find them like in a bucket at Home Depot or whatever for $1. I just ordered mine off Amazon. I think it was $5 for 4 of them. Also with the Sharpie, I have a couple feet of, this is called artist's tape, and this is popular to use on mixing consoles in a music studio or patch bays to label things. I use it all the time for labeling all different sorts of stuff. It's basically white masking tape. On the other side, this is a playing card that I wrap this tape around just to make it smaller form. Is some duct tape. It's like half-sized duct tape. This is the Gorilla duct tape, black Gorilla tape. And then there's black and red electrical tape on a different card. These are some bits that I have that go with my bit driver over there. Then I have, this is a dog poop bag that I have rolled up. It's usually wrapped up tighter than this, but I have this. If I need it for dog poop, I'll use it for dog poop, but I usually have it as an emergency little garbage bag if I'm working on something and I just need to like put some dust or like some garbage in a bag. I have that there, ready to go. This is a little tape measure. It's 26 inches. It's paper. I got it out of a Singer tiny sewing kit that I bought at Walgreens or Dwayne Reed or something like that. This is some picture hanging wire. It can have more purposes than just that. It's a couple feet of that. And that's all that's on this side. Next, I'm gonna finish talking about wrenches and pliers. So I already talked about the spring action wingman and the vice grip. So you already can kind of have two pliers there, but they're needle nose and vice grip. So it's kind of a weird specialty situation. This is actually my go-to all-around plier. It's the Nipix Cobra, and I actually didn't have this tool in my original version of the kit. I had this crescent wrench here. This crescent wrench was like $7. It's just a micro channel lock. I think the exact name is... I got it at Home Depot, and I'm pretty sure that it's called the channel 5-inch channel lock. So, yeah. They're okay, but the problem with these channel locks is they're difficult to like get on the right spot, and sometimes they lock up when you're trying to get them in that spot, and they might shake out of it. So it's hard to get an exact size, and you can't get the right amount of pressure always, and you might lose the size when you get it. So they do slow you down when you're doing a job, and they give you less precision over them. I upgraded. I actually just put this on my birthday list and got it. But I highly recommend these. They're expensive. They're like $35, but these are the Nipix Cobra, and the difference is they have this button that lets you move between different sizes, which makes it almost like an adjustable wrench that vices a little bit and gives you a little bit more tension, but really makes it easy to do things. And I actually used to have in this kit, when I had the crescent wrench, I also had a 4-inch adjustable wrench, which I don't have available to me right now, but I had that in here as well, and I was able to fit a few other items in the kit by swapping it out with this Nipix and with this 2.5-inch Pittsburgh adjustable wrench. I think these are discontinued now. I had this from my great uncle's Toolkit. Pittsburgh's definitely the Harbor Freight brand, but I haven't seen the kit that has this 2.5-inch adjustable. But I find that this is really the only time I need the adjustable wrench is if I'm working on a guitar or an instrument that needs a very finely adjusted turn on the wrench, and this little one is perfect for that. It won't over torque it or anything, so nice to keep that in there. And there's the flashlight. This flashlight is the Milwaukee 100 lumen pen light. I got this from Home Depot as well. I think it's $20. This has a nice belt buckle, belt clip on it. I keep that on there because this actually comes out. This and the multi-tool frequently come out of the kit in the morning at the first need that I have of them, and then they go in my pocket, and I'll clip them in my pocket. And then when I don't want things in my pocket anymore, I'll put them back in the kit. So they're not really permanently living in this kit. They're kind of pseudo EDC, pseudo living in this kit. So the clip stays. It's not super bright. It's 100 lumens. What I do like about this light, the reason I have this over any other light right now, is I can use it as, I can articulate it independently of my head as opposed to a headlamp, but it also has this rubber backing where I can put it in my mouth if I need to use both of my hands. I could go like that, and it doesn't hurt my mouth or hurt my teeth like the all metal other flashlights that I have that are this size. So I like that rubber back on it. I have a pen, just some basic pen. It's no name brand. I have this brush. I think I got this out of a Nintendo Switch repair kit, but I'm not sure. I looked up the kit that I bought on Amazon, and it doesn't show it in the picture, but I'm pretty sure it came in that kit. And I use this. This comes in really handy. I could use it with this garbage bag and just put filings or whatever into a garbage, or I could just clear out an area. It's really nice. Okay, so in terms of fasteners, uh, fastening, I have a couple of things. I have the Command uh, micro screwdriver kit, and I found this on another video on YouTube that goes over one of these kits. It's the Survival Resources Micro Tool Pouch 2.0. But the ones that he uses, it's a smaller form factor than this kit, and I'm actually a little disappointed. I ordered this off Amazon. It's way bigger than I thought. I'll probably substitute it eventually, but for right now I have the space, so it stays. But it comes with these bits, which are pretty nice, and you could put them in the front of this screwdriver, and it's just a little micro screwdriver. You can use this to work on my eyeglasses or things like that. Although most of the bits are too big, I think the smaller version of this that I'll eventually get will be better for working on those really, really tiny things. But I do use this. I'll work on toys with it and things. My bigger screwdriver is a half. I cannibalized this from a Fix-It Sticks blend kit. So that comes with this pouch. And the way the Fix-It sticks work is they combine with each other like this to make a T-driver. It came with all these bits. In retrospect, I didn't need to order the whole blend. I could have just ordered for $10. I think the blend is $40. For $10, I could have just gotten the replacement Fix-It stick and the bits, which are $2 each. So the replacement stick is $10. So I could have spent like maybe $26 or something on it instead of $40. But I wouldn't get the Fix-It sticks anyway. I probably would go with the toe peak ratcheting thing that the Survival Resources video talks about, because the Fix-It sticks don't take double-sided bits, which is a big letdown for me. I want to have a bit driver that takes double-sided bits in this kit eventually, so I'll probably substitute this at some point. Yeah, so that's that. The bits I have on here are kind of arbitrary based on what I've needed recently. I have an extra ratchet adapter, ratcheting, whatever you call those. I forget. Whatever. The closed wrench, whatever you call them. Then I have some Torx and some Allen hex wrenches too. On the other side, this stuff isn't really tools at this point. It's more like cleaning or just basic Band-Aid stuff. This is a pop-up napkin. You can just add a little bit of water to this and it'll turn into a napkin. This is good for like cleaning off surfaces or cleaning things up. I have a couple Band-Aids just in case I cut myself with a knife or something. I have some cotton swabs. I use these to scoop up glue or I don't know, things like that. A piece of gauze, again, I could tape over a bigger cut if I had to really quick. Here's a piece of paper if I need to write something down. Super handy when you're doing stuff. Alcohol prep pad. This is good to clean a wound, but also to clean a surface when you're working on it. Ziploc bag. I will use this to hold fasteners sometimes. And a couple other alcohol prep pads. And this is a produce bag. I haven't used this yet. Me Zilch has one of these in his kit, and I thought it was interesting that you could get it so small. It takes up no space, so maybe I'll use it for something one day. Finally, there's, well, actually, before I get to that, there's zip ties that go in the seam of the Maxpedition Micro. There's a little channel you can put like a zip tie or wire in here. So I have 2 zip ties in here right now. And then for here I have, this is my primary knife that I use, my everyday carry knife, and I just let it live on the front of this kit. It's the Hart 4-in-1 micro tool. So for one thing, the reason that I don't need the other half of the Fix-It stick is because it has a bit driver on it. So I could put it in here and I can get more torque out of added the fix-it stick with that. It's also a utility knife and a straight edge. So I like having a utility knife as my everyday carry knife because I don't care about using it for different things, and I could just throw out the blade if it gets gross. So generally use that. It's a really nice pocket clip. I found out about this blade from another YouTube video by Dan Hernquin called EDC Home Run Heart 4-in-1 Utility Knife Overview. Really cool blade. You can get it at Walmart for a 2-pack for $8.99, which is a steal. Highly recommend everybody get one of those. If you don't get anything else from this kit, get one of those. They're really awesome. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's a couple more things. One is this magnet. So I have 3 of these magnets actually in this kit, which probably add a significant amount of weight because these magnets are 14 grams each. So we're talking about 45 grams just in magnets, which is kind of heavy. But I use them a lot. These are, what kind of magnets are they? They're, let me see. I had it written down at some point. They're called neodymium bar magnets. They're really, really strong. I mean, I can pick up my Leatherman. I mean, it's almost maxed out with that, but I could pick up my Leatherman with that. And I like to put it, if I drop a bunch of screws or something, I put it on the end of my pry bar and I just put it around and I just pick up all the stuff with it. It's really good at that. The other thing that I use the magnet for is magnetizing my tools. I actually will sit there and magnetize them sometimes. And then I have the reason I have 3, so this one is kind of free to roam about for whatever I need it for. And the other 2 are fixed. One is in the bottom of this pouch. You're not going to be able to see it, I don't think, even if I shine the flashlight. Maybe. Yeah, you can see it all the way at the bottom of the pouch. And the other one is at the bottom of this piece here. So those are locked in place. They really don't move. And the thing that's super useful for is when I'm working, if I have, like, let's say that this was actually a nail instead of a bit, or if it's the bit itself and I need to swap out a drill bit or something, I can just kind of throw it over at this pouch and it'll magnetize. And these magnets are so strong that the magnetism will go through the items that are stuck onto it, which is really, really handy. So you could kind of pile up screws and nails and stuff over there on top of your tools. So this is pretty much everything that I have in the kit. Oh, wait, nope. There's 2 more bonus items. One is this Night Eyes S binder clip, and the other is this Hosa Technology wire organizer Velcro. So Velcro I can use for Velcro. I can tape it down on something if I need Velcro or glue it. I should have a little super glue in here. I just haven't needed it yet to put it in there. And this, I've used it for a few different things, but the most common thing I use it for is hanging it on this little strap here and putting a nail or using a nail or a pegboard or something to hang this while I'm working somewhere. So that's pretty much it. I mean, that's my kit. I tried to go through it as fast as possible, but I wanted to talk about some of the items along the way. I hope it was valuable to you, and I certainly am going to create videos in the future that kind of outline the changes I make to this kit, because as I said, it's ever changing, and I'm certain that I will swap out tools for other things in the future. So yeah, that was it. Thank you.